Portugal is a country in Europe's very west and only borders Spain and the Atlantic Ocean. The Azores, as well as Madeira, belong to Portugal as well. With a total area of 92,000 square kilometers, Portugal is the world's 109th largest country, following Hungary and followed by Jordan. The country is famous for its wine industry, for being one of the world's best countries to surf, as well as for football. 10.6 million people call Portugal their home. The largest cities are Lisbon, also the capital city of Portugal, with 550,000 inhabitants, Porto with 230,000, and Vila Nova de Gaia with 185,000 residents. The official language of Portugal is Portuguese, which also is the official language of Brazil, as well as other countries in Africa and Asia. With an estimated number of 270 million speakers, Portuguese is, in spite of the fact that the language originally comes from a relatively small country in Europe, one of the most spoken languages worldwide. An estimated 80 to 95% of the Portuguese population is Catholic. Since Portugal is part of the European Union, people pay in euro. It ranks 47th among all countries by their GDP. As usual for developed economies, almost 3/4 of the population are employed in the services industry. The Portuguese economy rose continuously since 2014. However, the unemployment rate is at 6 to 7% and the youth unemployment rate is at 19%. Portugal outperforms Spain in terms of these numbers, but still they aren't too good. I'll cover the cost of living in Portugal later in this video. The geographic position of Portugal is a significant factor why Portuguese today is spoken in so many other countries. Also, its geographical position and neutrality meant that it was spared from the Second World War. However, Portugal gave up its neutrality and today is part of NATO. Later in this video there will be an interview with Luke and Sarah, who run a YouTube channel called Luke and Sarah Off-Grid Guide. They originally are from Malta, but moved to Portugal and will talk about their journey as well as provide useful tips to people who may consider moving to Portugal. If you have an idea which country I should cover next, please let me know down in the comments. This video is part of a video series that covers informative facts and the migration procedure of many countries around the globe. I've created a dedicated video for countless countries, so it's definitely worth taking a look at the playlist. But let's return to Portugal. What are the main upsides of moving to Portugal and what needs to be considered? As of the 2015 UN report, Portugal ranks 53rd among the countries with the largest foreign-born population, following Syria and followed by South Sudan. About 84,000 people living in Portugal were not born here, but moved to this country during their lifetime. The biggest foreign populations are by far the Brazilians, followed by people from the Cape Verde, as well as Ukrainians, Romanians and Chinese. But what are the advantages of moving to Portugal? Portugal is said to be one of the best countries for quality of life in the world, with climate, healthcare and safety all ranked highly. Indeed, the climate is great. During summer months, Portugal receives refreshing sea breezes, resulting in very pleasant conditions. Daytime maximum temperatures reach 25 degrees Celsius, 11 to 12 hours of sunshine can be expected, and there are as many as 29 dry days per month on average. These are perfect conditions for spending summers. During winter, Portugal experiences a similar temperature pattern to the Spanish coastal towns. In winter, average daytime temperatures are at 16 degrees Celsius or 60.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, the Portuguese cuisine is delicious. Many traditional meals contain fish, meat, olive oil, bread, tomato, herbs and spices. Furthermore, Portugal is known for its peace of life. People are relaxed, friendly, welcoming, and finding friends in Portugal is easy. Apart from these advantages, Portugal is a heaven for surfing and golfing enthusiasts. Portugal is home to the best golf courses in Europe or even the world. The top-rated courses include Monterrey, Oitavos Dunes and Oceano. And Portugal's long coastline not only resulted in the fact that people love to prepare all sorts of seafood, but it also makes Portugal a global hotspot when it comes to surfing. The world's biggest surfable waves, reaching up to 24 meters, appear in Portugal. But also beginners will find a lot of opportunities to practice their surfing skills in many coastal Portuguese towns. Unlike many other countries worldwide, the state of Portugal is quite agile and progressive, which results in many more upsides for you as a person who who may is interested in moving to Portugal. One of those upsides is the following. Many people from all over the world retire in Portugal due to the advantages mentioned previously. But senior citizens that settle down in Portugal do not have to pay income taxes for 10 years. Actually, that was the case some time ago, but now you'll need to pay 10% of your foreign pension income. Furthermore, you need to live in Portugal for at least 183 days a year, as well as not have paid taxes in Portugal prior to your arrival. Also, Portugal has widely liberated its drug policy. For instance, you are allowed to possess 10 daily portions of drugs legally. Recent statistics have shown that fewer people die from drugs because apparently less people do drugs now, and also the quality of drugs has improved. On average, the Portuguese earn 20,700 euros or $25,000 annually. This makes Portugal rank 31st worldwide, following Spain and followed by Saudi Arabia. With a median wealth of 44,000 euros or about $50,000, Portugal ranks 28th among all countries worldwide in terms of median wealth per person. How much does a life in Portugal cost? If you live off $3,000 per month in Chicago, you will only need $1,800 per month to enjoy the same standard of living in Lisbon. This means that the cost of living in Lisbon is 40% less than the cost of living in Chicago. The cost of living in Lisbon is 17% lower than the cost of living in Berlin. A one-bedroom apartment in the city of Lisbon, close to the ocean, costs around 550 euros monthly. So you see, moving to Portugal comes with plenty of upsides. In the International PISA Education Comparison of 2015, Portugal ranks 24th of 71 participating countries. This is a relatively good score. However, if you plan to move to Portugal with children, you may think of organizing additional courses for them. Let's continue with interviewing Luke and Sarah. Luke, when did you move to Portugal and which city did you move to?
We came to Portugal around December 2017. We came to look for land, so we traveled all around the country looking for our dream property. So we viewed over 50 properties all around Portugal. We initially wanted to try and find a piece of land close to the sea, because who doesn't want to live by the sea? But then we kept seeing this name Castelo Branco coming up with what seemed to be amazing properties and for a very, very low price, which, to be honest, is the main reason why we came to Portugal. We were in Mexico at the time, and I was just looking up online, and yeah, the properties in Portugal, the value for money was just incredible. So we literally just came straight here, rented a car, and just started driving around. Then once we were in Portugal, we just fell in love with the place, with the people, with the food, with the lifestyle, and especially with the land.
What do you like most about Portugal?
We have a lot of freedom, and we have we have to work hard, but we're working for ourselves, so we love that. It's healthy and the air is clean, and we love being here, so I wouldn't change a thing. Living in Portugal makes it possible for us to live our dreams, because our dream is to have a huge farm full of animals, and we couldn't do this in Malta. And Malta's too small. It would cost you millions to buy a piece of land like we have, and I don't even think it's available. So yeah, I love Portugal because of the possibilities it gives us to live our dreams.
What do you miss most about Malta?
As for missing anything from our home country of Malta, to be honest, we really, really don't miss much at all. I mean, we spent about the previous 10 years traveling outside of Europe, mostly in Asia and Australia and New Zealand. So we never really, loved living in Malta, to be honest, just because of the overpopulation. One thing we always miss, obviously, apart from friends and family, is some of the food, but luckily I'm a chef, so I can I can make most things. Having said that, we do normally miss the Maltese bread, but in Portugal the bread is very, very similar, so we're very happy about that.
What are the Portuguese like?
Very friendly. Like most other countries, there are people who aren't so nice and people who are nice, and this is no exception. But from what we found where we live, they are more friendly than not. And whenever we needed help, we needed something, they were always there to help us. And they will go out of their way to help you. I don't want to backtrack or anything, but when we first got to Portugal and we're from Malta and everyone smiles in the streets. We found a lot of Portuguese aren't like that. They don't just smile for nothing. But once you get to know them, they are the most welcoming people you will ever meet. So yeah, it doesn't matter if they don't smile at first. They are very reserved, but they do have a big heart.
Was it hard for you to learn Portuguese?
Very. I'm answering this. Luke is much better than I am with speaking Portuguese. He goes to the shops more. He has more experience speaking to people. But for me, I find it very hard to learn a new language. So it's quite hard to learn Portuguese. And when you speak to the locals, they speak very, very fast. So it's really hard to get a grasp, even if you know a few words. And sometimes you can't recognize them when they're just talking. But even in saying that, the younger generation can speak English and they do speak Portuguese a little bit slower to help you out. And there are a lot of, being English speaking, there are a lot of English words in the Portuguese language. So if you know which ones they are, you can really help, they can help you out a lot. There's like a couple of thousand English words that are just, you just change a couple of letters and you change them to Portuguese. So that is very helpful when you first start learning the language.
What advice would you give people who may consider to move to Portugal?
Well, look around. Look around for a place. If you're buying property here, there's so much property. You will find your dream place. You just have to look and don't take just the first thing or the cheapest thing that comes into your hands. And also fire is a big problem. So I would look for places that aren't too close to a huge eucalyptus forest or pine forest.
If you had the chance to decide again, would you still move to Portugal?
Portugal again. I love it. This is our home now. This is where we have chosen to live forever. So no, I wouldn't do anything different. We found the piece of land of our dreams. So we couldn't ask for a better place and a better location. We love it. So no, we wouldn't do anything different.
Thank you both, Luke and Sarah, for taking time to join this interview. Please make sure to check out their channel, linked in the description below, for more informative videos about their life in Portugal. What needs to be done in order to move to Portugal? As usual for countries that are part of the European Union, citizens of it as well as citizens of the Schengen area may travel Portugal visa-free for a maximum of 3 months. This also applies for citizens of Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea, as well as many countries in the North and South American continent. Chances are good to get the Portuguese citizenship in case you have Portuguese relatives. If not, you have to meet the following requirements. You'll get the Portuguese citizenship after 5 years of legal residence in Portugal. You must have sufficient knowledge in the Portuguese language and effective links to the national community. Moreover, you need to be older than 18 years old. Children aged under 18 may acquire the Portuguese citizenship as soon as their parents got it, and future children of such Portuguese nationals will be considered Portuguese citizen by birth. Becoming a Portuguese citizen doesn't seem challenging. I hope that I could provide useful information about the Portuguese country and the process of migrating to it. Please let me know which country I should cover next, and don't forget to check out the playlist where you will find more videos targeting other countries around the globe. Thanks for watching!